All right, we're gonna do a fight with the Title Bout PC game again. This one's gonna be one of those fights that never happened that you wish would have happened. These two actually fought uh, in the Olympics, with Lewis winning a TKO victory over Riddick Bowe, but even that was controversial. They never met as professionals. So here we're going to play it out and see what would happen. So, as we said, let's go to the screen. Before we start, though, I'm going to kind of just show you the different, kind of just real quick, a little tour of the game. I haven't seen anybody on YouTube or anything post anything really to kind of give you kind of a tour of the Title Bout 2 PC game. First thing is you see this, it's a title page. It actually comes with a screen for the Title Bout 2. You can put any picture you want as your cover picture on the page. I tend to like the old boxing promoting posters. Those are really cool to me. And also, like when you fight a title fight in the game, there actually has a makeshift poster that comes up of the fight, so that's kind of cool. So one thing you can kind of look at all your fighters. Has like a area where you can kind of go through and look at them. This will show you if you got pictures of them. That'll show them there with the card. So, for example, Vaughn Bean, show his card. It'll have a picture here and a picture here. You have to set them up in the folders. There's no underscore or anything. It's just the name, first name, space, last name. That'll show here, and then if you do it again, first name, space, last name, 2, the number 2. That will be the action photo. That will show there. Then you can go to biography and actually go to their Wikipedia page. So you kind of get an idea what their record was, kind of get a little backstory on them. In this case, Vaughn Bean was 45-6 with 34 knockouts. Don't think his competition was all that great, but fought Tony Thompson, lost to Vitaly Klitschko by TKO. Michael Moore beat him in a majority decision, so he did fight Michael Moore pretty tough. And he lost to Evander Holyfield by unanimous decision. So I guess he had fairly decent competition and fought pretty valiantly. So then it'll have his division record and then his overall record. So like if you have guys that have, you know, some might have like Michael Moore, for instance, has a light heavyweight card and a heavyweight card, so that will break it down to what each one is. So a heavyweight record and then his overall record will show you his overall ratings. So in this case, on the game here, he's fought Corey Sanders. He won by disqualification. And then he's lost to Jersey Joe Walcott in unanimous decision and Max Baer in unanimous decision. So he's 1-2. But you can go through and like I said, check all that. It's pretty neat. Rankings. They come with pre-rankings of the top 20 fighters for each division, or the ones that are available. Now, there was a bug in the first edition that didn't have the rankings for the heavyweights. Well, I had fighting some fights with it, and by the time they fixed that bug, it's fixed now. So when you buy the game, if you bought the game now, it would have a top 20 for these. So these are the top 20 of each of these divisions, and these came like this. So I've just been kind of just using the. I'll show you here in a minute. There's a where you can just fight random fights, and you can actually quick play them and kind of just give some records to some of these fighters. For example, Jack Johnson, he was my heavyweight champion when I had my heavyweight tournament. He's 8-2 now with 4 knockouts. Let's take a look at him. So there's 2 losses have come to. One of the things you have to do is you have to, if you have injuries part of the fight, anything can happen. Marvin Hart actually beat Jack Johnson by disqualification or fouls. I'm sorry, not just injuries, but fouls. So he did get beat by Marvin Hart. The vacant heavyweight championship was when he beat Vitaly Klitschko. Klitschko won a split decision in the rematch. So now Klitschko is the heavyweight champion. Some of the other winners, he beat Mel Turnbull, TKO, Primo Carnera. His other ones are not very big fights. Probably his best one is probably maybe Lee Murray. He knocked him out in the 6th. Marvin Hart was pretty. He won by TKO 9. Marvin Hart's not a bad fighter. So when you see these rankings, you kind of, like I said, it gives you a top 10 and then also a top 20. So the top 10 are in bold, and then the final 10 are also. So, for example, if you want to go, which I like to do sometimes, is I like to go into a new fight, and you can pick a division. Let's say we'll do a welterweight, and you have these little buttons here. Select random fighters, where it'll just pick 2 fighters, and you can just fight it. Or it might have a top 20. You can hit that, and it'll pick 2 fighters from your top 20 welterweights. This one would be a good one right here. Or you can do a top 10, which would pick from the top 10 fighters. Or you can even do a championship fight. So it can pick any one of your top 10 contenders and pit them against your champion. So in this case, Barney Ross is the champion, and this would be a heck of a fight right here. Floyd Mayweather against Barney Ross. So that might be. But a lot of times I'll come. Sometimes I won't even fight a fight some night. I'll just be on here and I'll just pick a division, and I might hit select 2 fighters and go ahead and go with it. And what that'll do is you'll set up your options. If he was either, it'll give you a chance to pick boxer or slugger, but either ones have chance. They're both boxers. Then you set up if you want injuries. I usually play with no injuries. I don't like to miss punches. And then set it for how many rounds you want. And then hit quick play, select number fight. So if you wanted to fight a fighter against another fighter 100 times to see how many times of 100 they'd win, you could do that. Actually, this only does that to 10. But you just do one, go to the ring, and it'll sim it. Quick sim, and it'll give you the results. So in this case, it's Baby Ray Seals versus Jean-Claude Boutier. It's going to be go to a decision. It looks like it's going to be a unanimous decision. And Jean-Claude Boutier gets it. So just that, it saves hands. And I might just do that for a few fights. It just kind of helps add some records in there, and like Ellsworth Webb has been really good so far. He's 5-0. He's in the top 10, I think. This would be a really good fight too. I might have to do that fight at some point. But anyways, that's really cool little thing. Like I'll go through and I hit thing, and I might hit it. But if I want to pick a fight I want to do, I might just hit, top 10, fight a fight in that, or a top 20 fight within that. Or if I want to do the title fight, I'll be doing that once in a while to fight the champion to see if they can retain their championships. That's a really cool little tool. And then you also can check out the title history of each division. Shows you. Not sure why they show these guys. Klitschko and Johnson are the only two that have held the title. I don't know why these guys are on there. But anyways, middleweight. Anywho. Text reports. You can go in there and just open up a fight. A fight log to check your fights out. And then you can also go in and add trainers or cutmen to your fighters and save it. You can also take a fighter out of there if you don't like. I'm not a big fan of the fictitious Rocky fighters, so I might want to just take them right out of the database. Just that and remove fighter. Or you can add a new fighter if you create anything. I know that there's some. There's a guy out there. I'm not sure who his name is. I can't remember where I saw it. It was on the message boards or on Facebook, but he had created some. I know he did an Andy Ruiz card, and you could put those into the game. So it's a really cool game. I really enjoy it. If you grew up with Title Bout board game, you would absolutely love this game. Some people have the old school guys. Some don't like the new second versions. The first one was perfect the way it was. You really didn't need to do anything to it. But this plays really fun. To me, realistically. So let's go right to our fight. We're going to do Lennox Lewis versus Riddick Bowe. And both of them are not. He's all 10s, all 9s. So we'll just do both sluggers. No injuries. No sound. We're going to go 12 rounds. Random. And there we go. So here we go. Yeah. I better check it here. Hold on one second. Okay. I have a habit sometimes of forgetting to move off of the opening scene to this, so it does not record the actual gameplay. It'll record just the sound. So all you'll have is the screen with the two boxers and just me talking like a radio call. So I just want to make sure that was on. So here we go. Lewis will have the control factor edge, and they both have aggression ratings of 8, so they'll switch back and forth who gets control shot first. Both have 9 killer instincts. Pretty equal endurance. Lewis with a slight edge. And Bowe's defense is a little better, and Bowe's chin's a little better. So here we go. Round 1, scheduled for 12. Riddick Bowe cannot get control. It's going to go over to Lewis. Lewis. Both fighters clinch early. He'll stay in control. Lands a nice jab. And Bowe gets control. Bowe lands a nice hook. Clean shot to Lewis. Staggered him a little bit. Still in control. Going to pin Lewis back in the left neutral corner. He's got control, 36. Misses. Still in control. Lands a nice combination. Still in control. Lands another combination. And a nice hook. Another hook. Lewis has got to get out of that corner. Referee breaks him up, tells Bowe to stop hitting with the elbow. And he's going to maintain control here. He'll miss. And they're back to ring center. Nice hook from Riddick Bowe. Lewis holds on. Referee has to break him up. Still in control. A nice cross at those bell sounds. Big opening round for Riddick Bowe. He comes out aggressive in round 1. Then we head to round 2. Can't get control. Lewis has got it. Lewis. Nice jab from Lewis. Back to Bowe. Clinch. Back to Lewis. Both fighters continue to clinch. Back to Bowe. Nice uppercut from Riddick Bowe. Bowe still in control. Another uppercut. Loses control to Lewis. It's going to miss. Back to Bowe. Bowe pins Lewis in the far corner. Nice cross. I was going to get a warning for hitting behind the head. That's going to end round 2 as Bowe lands a nice cross at the end of the round. And we head to round 3. So Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis has really not shown much here in the first 2 rounds. Bowe carrying the action. Bowe gets control. Lands a nice cross. Lewis gets it. Lewis lands a nice cross. Keeps control. And Bowe wraps him up. Referee breaks him up. Clinch. Still in control. Another clinch. Gets control back. Still in control. 47. Clinch again. Nice uppercut from Lewis. Still in control. 53. Another clinch. These big guys throw a few punches. They get tired. They have to hold on. Still in control. He's going to pin Bowe on the far ropes. Loses control. He's going to miss. Bowe misses. Loses control. Back over to Lewis. And that's going to end round 3. Not a very action-packed round. So we head to round number 4. Lewis gets first shot at control here. He'll get it. Gets a warning for a low blow there. Maintains control. Clinch. Bowe's in control. Bowe lands a nice cross. Bowe's still in control. Stays at ring center. There, he's going to land a nice cross. Lewis gets control. Lewis still in control. Lands a nice hook. Clinch. Still in control here. He's going to land a nice jab. Another cross from Lennox Lewis. Looks like Lewis might have finally come alive here. Still in control. And that's going to end round 4 as he lands a nice combination. We head to round 5. Oh, we got to have a cut check here. I'm sorry. Looks like some minor swelling over the right eye of Riddick Bowe. We head to round 5. So after that first round where Bowe came out aggressively, there really hasn't been a whole lot of action. Here's Bowe, or Lewis, no control. Bowe will get it. Bowe lands a big hook. And this could be trouble. He hurts Lewis. And he'll get half his killer instinct here. Let's see if he can do something with it. He's going to land a nice cross. Lands a nice hook. And Lewis gets control. So a big punch from Riddick Bowe. Going to pin Bowe on the far corner. Oh, there's a big cross from Lennox Lewis. That staggered Bowe. Follows that up with a nice combination. Lewis is fighting back here. Motion to stop rabbit punching. Referee splits him up. Tells him to get back at it. Lewis in control. He's going to miss. Lewis misses again. Lewis still in control. They move back to ring center. He'll maintain control here. Lands a nice uppercut. Lewis still in control. He's got Bowe pinned on the far ropes. And lands a big hook as the round ends. Lennox Lewis fights back after getting tagged with a big punch. It looked like Bowe had him on the ropes, but Lewis fights back and may have took that round. We head to round 6. Lewis gets first shot. He is in control and lands a big hook. Bowe takes a couple steps back. He'll grab a hold. Referee breaks him up. Lewis still in control. There's another clinch. Lewis lands a big cross. And another hook. Still in control. He's going to miss. Bowe lands a nice cross to counter. Lewis still in control. There's a clinch. Still in control. Lands a nice cross. And then a hook. Bowe finally gets control. Oh, they're going to get Bowe a warning for using his glove laces. Loses his control back to Lewis, who lands a nice combination. Lewis, 62, is going to keep the rings in, and that's going to be the end of round 6. Oh, Lewis in that round. He got the momentum in round 5, took that in round 6 and ran with it. We head to round 7. Okay, head to round 7 here. Lewis gets first shots at control. He gets it. He's going to miss. Bowe will miss the counter. Bowe gets control. He's going to miss. There he lands a big uppercut. Caught Lewis clean. That shook Lewis up a little. Lewis grabs control though. And he comes up with his uppercut of his own. Back to Bowe. They clinch. Bowe lands another uppercut. He's going to miss. Lewis misses the counter. Back to Lewis. Lewis is going to land an uppercut again. And another uppercut. Back to Bowe. Bowe. Dancing around center ring. Loses control, back to Lewis. That's going to end of round 7. Head to round 8. Lewis gets control. Lewis lands a big cross. Bowe, his knees buckled there. He could be in trouble. Nice hook from Lewis. There's another big cross from Lennox Lewis. And Bowe is in trouble here in round 8. Bowe gets control. Bowe lands a nice jab. Partially blocked though. There's a combination. Gonna miss. Still in control. Land a nice hook. Back to Lewis. Lewis. Nice jab from Lewis. It's another warning for low blow. Oops. There we go. Back to Lewis. Nice hook from Lewis. Oh, Lewis at the... He dominates round 8 here. Lennox Lewis in control. Bowe's found himself in some trouble here. We head to round 9. Bowe's going to need something big here in the next few rounds if he wants to pull this one out. Loses control. Gets it back. Clinch. Still in control. No foul. Over to Bowe. Bowe pins him up in the near ropes. Loses control though. Back over to Lewis. Connects with a nice cross. Partially blocked. Still in control. Move back to ring center. He loses control. Over to Bowe. Bowe pins Lewis on the far ropes. Still in control. 64. Back to ring center. Back to Lewis. Lewis lands a cross. Maintains control. He's got Bowe pinned on the near ropes. Gonna miss. Bowe misses the counter. Still in control. Lewis misses. Back in control. Clinch from Bowe. Still in control. Lands a nice uppercut as the bell sounds. And Lewis starting to pull away here. Seems a little too quick for the Riddick Bowe here. Round 10. Bowe's going to get control. Bowe lands on. Wicked hook connects. He's going to lose control. Lewis misses. Still in control. Misses again. But Bowe with an uppercut. Down goes. Oh my goodness. Lewis goes down on the uppercut. He's back up. Let's see if Riddick Bowe can finish him. Nice jab. Another jab. A nice hook. A nice cross. Keeps control. 41. He's going to miss. Loses it. Lewis has got it. Lewis, nice jab. As Lewis grabs a hold of Bowe, holds on for dear life. Referee splits them up. Pushes them back together again. Loses control. Bowe's got it. Bowe with another nice cross. Loses control. Back over to Lewis. There's another clinch. Nice combination from Lewis, partially blocked. That's going to end round 8, or round 10. All Riddick Bowe here in round 10. See, knocks Lewis down here in the 10th. As Lewis came in, a big uppercut from Bowe put Lewis down. He was only down for 3. For the count of 3, but no matter. We head to round 11, and they're saying Lennox Lewis is not fully recovered from being knocked down. So Bowe's going to try to finish him. If he can, let's see what happens. They'll get first shot of control. Can't get it. Back to Lewis, 24. Nice cross from Lewis. Whoop, forgot the cut check. Minor swelling under his right eye of Riddick Bowe. Bowe gets control. 63. Clinch from Lewis. Loses control. Back again. He lands a nice combination. Bowe, 47. Another clinch. They'll lose control there, and Lewis gets it. Lewis gets a warning for a low blow. Lewis pins Bowe in the far corner. Got it, 78. Still in control. Back to ring center. Loses control, gets it back. Lewis lands a nice cross. Back over to Bowe. Lewis grabs a hold. Clinches. Bowe misses. Still in control. Lands on big combination. That Lewis's legs are jello. Bowe trying to finish it here. Big uppercut. Another uppercut. Lewis grabs a hold, holding on. Still holding on. What a finish for round 11. Riddick Bowe, out of nowhere the last couple rounds, has taken control of this fight. We're going to head to round 12. Punch points show a close fight, but it's going to be this round will tell all. Both fighters are now fatigued. Looks like Lewis has recovered from the knockdown. His chin's back to normal. So here we go. Round 12, the final round. Bowe gets control. It's going to be a clinch. No, he's going to lose control. Back over to Lewis. Motion to keep his punches up. He's going to lose control. Gets it back. Lands a big hook. Bowe takes a couple steps back. Lewis still in control. Lands a nice cross. Loses control. Back over to Bowe. Bowe still in control. Bowe lands a nice uppercut. Back over to Lewis. Lands a nice jab. Nice cross from Lennox Lewis. Lewis still in control. Lewis with a big hook. Loses control. Back to Bowe. Control. Loses control. Back over to Lewis. He's going to miss. That's going to do it, folks. Lennox Lewis finishes strong. It might have been enough to win him the fight, even though he was knocked down in round 10. Let's go to the judges and see what they say. It looks like it's going to be a unanimous decision. 114, 111, 115, 111, and 115, 112 for Lennox Lewis. So Lennox Lewis tasted the canvas, but did enough to win this fight. Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis is the winner by unanimous decision. So there you have it. A good fight. Bowe tried valiantly at the end to eke out a win, but Lewis was much more consistent throughout the fight, and he gets the win. So he won at the Olympics, and now he's won at the pro level. So we'll see you next time for the next fight. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.